Welcome back to the channel today. We're diving into a truly historic and fascinating piece from Australia, the 1970 Australian 50-cent coin commemorating the 200th anniversary of Captain Cook's Australian voyage. This isn't just any 50-cent piece, it marks an important moment in Australian numismatic history. And if you've got one in very fine condition, stick around because we're talking history, design, collector interest, and yes, how much it's worth today. The 1970 Captain Cook 50-cent coin was released by the Royal Australian Mint to celebrate the bicentenary of Lieutenant James Cook's charting of Australia's east coast back in 1770. It was a special commemorative issue created during the early years of Australia's decimal currency period, and it holds a special place because it was the first commemorative 50-cent coin struck for general circulation. What makes this coin instantly recognizable is its unique reverse design featuring a bust of Captain Cook alongside a map of Australia, representing Cook's groundbreaking exploration. The design was created by acclaimed numismatic artist Stuart Devlin, whose work has become iconic among Australian coin collectors. Let's talk about what this coin is made of. The Captain Cook 50 cent is struck in copper nickel that's diameter. It has that unmistakable 12-sided shape, which makes it stand out in hand, and is typical of later Australian 50-cent coins. Now, while this isn't a precious metal coin, its composition and design helped it stand the test of time physically and aesthetically. Even after decades in circulation, a very fine condition example can still show sharp details of Cook's portrait and the map outline of Australia, making it a joy to hold and examine. For collectors, condition matters. When we say very fine, we mean a coin that has seen some life, but still maintains clear details, crisp lettering, and minimal wear on key design elements. Coins in this grade can catch the eye of new and veteran collectors alike because they reflect both history and care. This particular 1970 Captain Cook piece had a large mintage around not considered rare. However, because many people save them as keepsakes or collector pieces, the ones that have survived in very fine or better condition are definitely more desirable than coins that have been heavily worn. Okay, let's talk about the market value, the part many of you are curious about. For a 1970 Captain Cook 50-cent coin in very fine condition, you'll generally see market values in the range of around $1.40, 0 to 2,040,000 US dollars, depending on where you look, with coins in better preservation, often fetching slightly higher prices if they're truly crisp. Now, if you find one that's in uncirculated condition or presented in original packaging, collectors are willing to pay a bit more, sometimes upwards of $9 or more in positive markets. Proof versions sold in special sets can command even stronger premiums, but for most of us with circulation strikes, that very fine grade represents a great blend of history and value. Collectors, especially those just getting started, often ask, is it worth keeping these coins if I find one in change? Absolutely. Even if the value isn't huge, this coin connects directly to Australian history, and every time you hold it, you're touching a piece of that past. For people building a collection of Australian coins or historical commemoratives, this one is a must-have foundational piece. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips if you're collecting coins like this one. First, always handle coins by the edges to avoid oils affecting the surfaces. Keep them in protective holders or flips. If you find one in circulation that looks sharp, don't clean it. Cleaning can actually reduce its value. And when framing a set or passing coins down, include a note about the coin's history to share its story with future generations. In the end, the 1970 Australia 50 cents Captain Cook 200th anniversary coin is more than just a small piece of copper nickel. It reminds us of a defining moment in Australia's history, celebrates adventurous spirit, and gives coin collectors something beautiful to cherish. Whether you're just starting out or you're deep into the hobby, this coin brings joy, value, and a story worth telling. Next up, today we're diving into a truly fascinating piece of numismatic history from Australia. The 1977 Australian 50 cents coin commemorating the 25th anniversary of the accession of Queen Elizabeth II. This coin carries a beautiful story, a unique design, and plenty of interest among collectors around the world. And in this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about it in a fun, positive way. Let's start with the history of this special 1977 coin. In 1977 nations across the Commonwealth celebrated a very special milestone, the Silver Jubilee, marking 25 years since Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne in 1952. Australia joined in those celebrations by issuing a commemorative 50-cent piece that year, blending everyday currency with historical tribute. It was only the second commemorative 50-cent issue released into general circulation by the Royal Australian Mint, and it captured a moment in time that Australians and collectors still cherish today. When we talk about condition, it's important to recognize that this coin was originally intended for circulation. Millions were minted around pieces, so in everyday use, it was a common coin. But over time, many have been saved by collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate its historical significance. A coin in very fine or uncirculated condition today is considered especially desirable because it shows crisp details, strong luster, and minimal wear. The exact traits that numismatists love to share with each other. Now let's take a closer look at the coin's physical appearance and composition. This is one of those great coins that feels substantial in the hand. Its dodecagonal, 12-sided shape immediately sets it apart from round coins. It weighs and measures, about striking a perfect balance between bold presence and everyday usability. Despite the name Silver Jubilee, this coin does not contain silver. Instead, it's made of a classic copper-nickel alloy, giving it a bright, silvery look without precious metal content. On the obverse is a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, and on the reverse, a stunning circle of 25 overlapping crowns celebrating each year of her reign up to 1977. So what is the collector demand like for this coin today? The story here is wonderfully encouraging. While it's not an ultra-rare piece, there's genuine interest among both beginner and experienced collectors. The reason is simple. This coin marks a historic anniversary in the reign of one of the most recognizable monarchs of the 20th century, and it's both affordable and attractive. Coins in circulated condition are abundant enough that new collectors can add them to a collection without breaking the bank, and coins in near mint or uncirculated condition fetch slightly more, because they present beautifully. Let's talk about the heart of today's video, the current market value in dollars. As of now, pricing varies based on condition and presentation. For coins that have been in circulation and show signs of wear, market values generally hover around a few Australian dollars, roughly AUD 148,000 to 75,000, which translates to just a couple of USD, and sometimes just uncirculated examples, where the coin still retains its original shine and detail, can command higher prices, often around AUD 190,000 to 240,000, depending on grade. Proof versions, or those certified by grading services, may be worth even more to specialist collectors, though those are distinctly separate from the standard circulation issue. Now, if you love collecting coins or you're just starting out, here are a few positive tips for collectors. First, always check the condition carefully. High-grade coins with excellent detail will always outshine worn examples at shows, auctions, or sales. Second, avoid being swayed by extremely high asking prices online. Many sellers price coins far above what they realistically fetch in sale transactions, and the real market value is always driven by what collectors truly pay. Third, consider storing coins in protective capsules or albums to preserve their quality. A small investment in care today can translate to greater satisfaction and value tomorrow. And finally, remember that collecting is meant to be joyful. It's about the stories these coins tell and the history they represent. As we wrap up, it's great to reflect on how a coin that once passed through countless hands in daily life has found a fresh audience among collectors around the globe. The 1977 Australian 50 cents Silver Jubilee coin is more than just metal and markings. It's a piece of history that connects us to shared celebrations of heritage and continuity. Whether you've just found one in a drawer or you're building a life's passion for numismatics, this coin truly has something to offer everyone. Last dodo. Next up, Today, we're diving deep into one of Australia's most beloved and iconic coins, the 1979 Australian 50 cents piece. If you've ever wondered about the history, composition, or market value of this fascinating coin, you're in the right place. So grab your coin albums, pour yourself a drink, and let's uncover the story behind this small piece of Australian history that carries a lot of value for collectors around the world. Let's start from the beginning. The 50 cents coin you see here was struck in 1979 Amperes year, which holds a special place in numismatic circles. This wasn't just any regular issue, it was part of a period of transition for Australian coinage, a time when the Royal Australian Mint was refining designs and experimenting with quality. The coin features the classic coat of arms on the reverse, with the kangaroo, emu, and shield presented in bold detail. On the obverse sits the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, dignified and timeless, a reminder of Australia's long-standing heritage within the Commonwealth. When we talk about this coin in very fine condition, we're not just talking about something that looks nice. Very fine is a specific grade in coin collecting that signifies moderate signs of circulation, but with clear details, minimal wear, and strong overall eye appeal. You can still see the intricate lines in the coat of arms and the Queen's portrait with vivid clarity. For many collectors, a 1979 Australian 50 cents piece in this grade represents the perfect balance between historical charm and affordability. Now let's talk about what this coin is made of. The 1979 Australian 50 cents coin is a large, round coin with a dodecagonal shape, which makes it highly distinctive. Its shape alone helps it stand out in a jar of mixed change. This coin is composed of cupronickel, which is a durable blend of copper and nickel. That means it's resistant to corrosion, holds fine detail well, and feels solid in your hand, not lightweight or flimsy at all. The cupronickel composition also gives it a pleasing finish that can range from bright and shiny to more muted tones depending on how it has aged. In very fine condition, this coin often carries a subtle patina that collectors find especially attractive because it shows the life the coin has lived while still preserving its most important characteristics. So why do collectors love the 1979 Australian 50 cents so much? Believe it or not, demand for this coin has been steadily growing in recent years. Part of that comes from nostalgia. Many Australians remember using these coins in everyday life, and now that they're stepping into collecting, they want examples that reflect the best possible condition from their youth. International collectors are also keen because Australian coinage from the late 1970s carries a unique aesthetic and historical appeal. Collectors pay close attention to strike quality, the sharpness of details, and even subtle surface features. A coin that shows smooth and even wear, with all the major details still visible, can be a real find. Some collectors even prefer the toned look that coins get over time, seeing it as part of their individual character. As of right now, values fluctuate based on demand, auction results, and market sentiment. In very fine condition, a 1979 Australian 50 cents coin typically trades in a range that reflects both its collectability and condition. In US dollars, coins graded as very fine often sell for approximately $1.50, 0 to $1.70, 0 sometimes a bit more depending on the dealer and presentation. Some examples with exceptional eye appeal, attractive toning, or provenance may command higher prices, especially when offered in specialized coin shows or online marketplaces with active bidders. It's always important to remember that the coin market moves sometimes gently, sometimes more rapidly. Factors like the release of new collector sets, anniversaries, and even economic trends can influence how much collectors are willing to pay. That said, the 1979 50 cents coin remains a very accessible and collectible piece for both new and seasoned enthusiasts. For anyone thinking about collecting this coin, here are some friendly, practical tips that will help you build your collection with confidence. First, study coin grading so you can distinguish between fine, very fine, and higher grades like extra fine or uncirculated. There's a big difference in value between these grades. An accurate identification will help you make smart buying decisions. Second, always use reliable sources, whether that means buying from established dealers, reputable online auctions, or local coin clubs where collectors share knowledge and price guides. Take your time to inspect the coin under good light and don't hesitate to ask questions. Collecting is as much about community as it is about the coins themselves. Finally, think about storage. Proper storage keeps your coins safe from humidity, scratches, and environmental damage. Protective flips, albums designed for coins, and a cool, dry storage area can help ensure your 1,979 Australian 50-cent pieces stay in the best condition possible for years to come. To wrap things up, the 1,979 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition is more than just a piece of metal. It's a snapshot of history, a testament to careful minting, and a piece of joy for collectors everywhere. From its distinctive shape and sturdy composition to its steady demand and solid market value, this coin holds a special place in numismatics. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating coin, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin stories and market insights, and let us know in the comments what your favorite collectible piece is. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep smiling, and treasure every find. Next up, today we are diving into a truly fascinating piece of Australian numismatic history, the 2001 Australia 50 cents coin from New South Wales, a jewel from the Centenary of Federation series that celebrates an incredible 100 years since the birth of the Australian Commonwealth. Whether you already have one in your collection or you've just found it in pocket change, you're going to love learning about this coin's story, what it's made of, why collectors adore it, and what it could be worth in today's market. Let's start with the history of this coin and what makes it so special. In 2001, the Royal Australian Mint released a series of commemorative 50-cent coins to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Australia's Federation. Each state and territory was honored with its own unique design, and the New South Wales version proudly features symbolic elements that represent that state's identity and heritage. The obverse shows the classic Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's rich constitutional history under the Commonwealth. This coin belongs to that cherished set of state issues, and even though millions were made for circulation, it still carries a sense of pride and nostalgia that many collectors love to hold on to. Now let's talk about what this coin is made of and how it looks. The 2001 New South Wales 50-cent piece is a dodecagon, meaning it has a shape that feels satisfying in the hand. It weighs about and has a diameter of roughly a solid and substantial feel for a half-dollar coin. It's struck in cupro nickel, which is a blend of copper and nickel that gives the coin a durable finish and lovely shine when well preserved. This composition has been standard for Australian 50-cent coins since the decimal era began, and it's one of the reasons these coins have such lovely surface detail, even after years in circulation. Over time, collectors have come to appreciate this coin not just for its design, but for its collector appeal. Because the Centenary of Federation series includes so many state-specific designs, collecting the full set becomes an exciting challenge. The New South Wales design sits alongside others from states like Victoria, Queensland, Tasmania, Some of these state issues had lower mintages than the General Federation 50-cent coin, and that makes them particularly sought after by enthusiasts who enjoy variety and completeness in their collections. Even if you're just starting, grabbing one of these coins in nice condition is a great way to build your confidence as a collector. So now to the part many of you are curious about. What is the market value of a 2001 Australia 50 cents New South Wales coin today if it's in very fine condition? Value in the coin world is influenced by how well the coin has survived the decades. A coin in very fine condition showing moderate signs of circulation, but still crisp details will typically be worth more than, based on recent numismatic guides and market listings, a coin like this in very fine condition is often valued in the range of around $2.30, $0 to $2.40, $0, though prices can vary depending on demand and where it's sold. If you happen to have a version that is extremely fine or uncirculated, that value can edge higher, sometimes into the range of $5 or more, and coins included in special mint sets, especially proof versions, can command even greater premiums among collectors. What's most important to remember is that these coins aren't just about numbers. Their worth also comes from the story they tell and their place in Australian coinage history. Now let's share a few tips for coin collectors who want to make the most of these beautiful coins. First and foremost, always handle your coins carefully. Natural oils from your skin can affect the surface over time, so using cotton gloves or holding them by the edges helps preserve their condition. Store your coins in protective holders or albums designed for numismatic collectors, which will prevent scratches and environmental damage. Do your research before selling or trading. Online marketplaces can list wide price ranges, so look for recently completed sales rather than simply advertised prices. And of course, join online coin communities. They are full of passionate collectors who can help you learn and discover more. In conclusion, the 2001 Australia 50 cents New South Wales coin is much more than just a half-dollar piece. It's a reminder of a major milestone in Australia's history, an engaging collectible for both new and seasoned numismatists, and a piece that can bring joy just by turning it over in your hand and appreciating the details. Whether it stays in your collection for years to come, becomes part of a complete set, or is passed on to a fellow enthusiast, it holds value far beyond its face. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep enjoying the remarkable world of coins. Next up, today we're diving into a fascinating piece of Australian numismatic history, the 1998 Australia 50 cents, 200th anniversary of the Voyage of Bass and Flinders coin. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it celebrates an extraordinary voyage that shaped the mapping of Australia and has become a beautiful collectible today. If you're passionate about coins, history, or smart collecting, you're going to love this video. Let's begin with the story behind this special coin. In 1998, the Royal Australian Mint released this commemorative 50-cent coin to honor the bicentennial of the historic voyage by explorers George Bass and Matthew Flinders. These remarkable men sailed the tiny vessel Norfolk in 1798, circumnavigated Van Diemen's Land, now known as Tasmania, and proved that it was indeed an island separated from mainland Australia. This voyage helped unlock vital geographic knowledge of the region and led to the naming of Bass Strait. Their achievement is engraved forever on this coin, making it more than just currency. It's a tiny piece of Australian exploration history. Now let's talk about the coin itself. The 50-cent piece carries the familiar Queen Elizabeth II obverse, designed by Raphael Maklouf, with the inscription, Elizabeth, Australia 1998. On the reverse, you'll find the portraits of Bass and Flinders, a map showing their route, and a bold inscription commemorating discovery of Bass Strait, 1798. The design was created by Royal Australian Mint artist Vladimir Gottwald. In terms of condition, this is where the story gets exciting for collectors. Like all coins, condition dramatically affects its desirability. A circulated coin, even one that's been in change, has its own charm and historical journey. You can find these in everyday collections today. However, a very fine, almost uncirculated, or fully uncirculated example with sharp details and minimal wear becomes far more attractive. The surfaces appear bright, the portraits and map are crisp, and it simply has that just minted look. Coins in excellent condition today can be highly sought after on collector marketplaces. While a typical circulated example might trade just above its face value, those in premium condition or uncirculated state tend to bring greater interest and value, especially among enthusiasts who appreciate both history and preserved beauty. Let's talk about collector demand right now. This 1998 Bass and Flinders coin was issued around pieces struck for circulation, making it widespread and accessible to most collect. Despite the high mintage, this doesn't diminish its charm as a commemorative coin. Many numismatists enjoy adding this design to their collections because of its historical significance and attractive artwork. There are also special variants like coin covers and mint sets from '98 that add more depth to this theme on your shelf. Whether part of a full Australian decimal series, included in proof or mint sets, or a standalone commemorative, collectors love this coin for its story, not just the metal. Now for a section many of you have been curious about the current market value in dollars. What is this coin worth today? Well, values vary depending on condition and market interest. Circulated coins are commonly listed for just a few dollars above listings of around $2.20, $2.40, 0 USD for circulated examples are typical, while uncirculated pieces may fetch $2.60, $2.88, 0 sometimes more depending on grade and presentation. Special packaging or mint set versions can go higher still, and truly pristine, well-graded coins might attract collectors willing to pay a premium. So if you've got one in very fine condition, take pride. It's a well-loved piece with genuine collector interest. For anyone building their collection or thinking about investing in these coins, here are some friendly tips. Always check the condition carefully. Lighting and close-up photos help evaluate wear and shine. If you're buying online, try to see high-resolution images of both sides. Be cautious of wildly inflated rare claims. Most of these coins are reasonably available, so realistic pricing matters. Always seek reputable sellers or coin dealers for advice. And if you're unsure about grading, consider having it certified by a trusted numismatic service to protect your investment. To wrap up, the 1,998 Australia 50 cents Bass and Flinders coin is a fantastic blend of history, artistry, and collectible appeal. Whether you treasure it for its story of adventurous explorers or its place in the world of numismatics, this coin has earned its place in many collections around the world. If you're a coin lover or just discovering the joy of collecting, this is a wonderful piece to explore. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss our next exciting coin treasure.